Hello, I have a new vlog today. Come on over. Hello, and it's so good to see you. Well, obviously I can't really see you, but thank you for being here. I wish that I could see you. It would be so fun to be able to do some sort of a Zoom call or whatever, but I know some of you have asked that I go live again. I will make efforts to do that. As you know, if you've been following me, I've just been really, really busy lately. So doing my best to keep moving. Today is Sunday morning when I record this, and last night I was trying to plan out a whole bunch of different crafts to try and get myself ahead because I'm going to be doing quite a bit of traveling over the next couple of weeks. And yeah, so I have a plan. I'm going to see if I can make it come to fruition to make sure that I've got videos out each Friday, but ask for your forgiveness if that doesn't exactly happen. And the vlog, I'm not sure about yet because I do have a couple of weekends where I need to travel as well. So bear with me. I am thinking about all of you. Thank you so much for all of the comments and the love and support. You guys, you have no idea what that means to me. So thank you very much for that. What's been going on here? Aside from my regular crazy life, that's pretty much what's been going on here. Rich has been absolutely wonderful and supportive, and he's been taking care of a lot of things around the house while I've been doing all of my craziness with my day job and travel. And we had my sister's dog Rocky with us this past week, and so if you don't know, he is Sammy's brother, so they are from the same litter. So they got to hang out with Sunny, of course, is here as well. So they got to hang out this week. And I was gone for 4 days for work. So bless Rich's heart, he had the 3 dogs. So yeah, so at least he wasn't lonely, right? So Kim got back from Mexico last night, and I cannot wait to hear about her trip. It's a place where we are actually planning on going at the end of the year. So we're going to be taking a vacation there as well. And yeah, and we've been there before. This is a place where we have kind of like a timeshare thing. And we had invited my sister and her family to go. I think it was the December before COVID happened. And it was the best vacation. And they decided that they were going to sign up to have the it's not really a timeshare, it's more like an ownership thing, but I call it a timeshare for lack of a better word. But anyway, and it was so much fun to go with family, and I know that my sister got to go with her friend Janelle's family this time, so I cannot wait to hear about their trip. It's kind of funny, my nieces, when they went on the vacation with us, they're younger, right? But they told my sister that they wanted to move there. So it's really nice. It's really nice. So I'm excited about that. It's funny, growing up, we didn't really go on a lot of family vacations and things. We didn't do a whole lot of traveling. We're middle-class family, right? And our vacations were to all pile in the van and drive to Florida and visit grandparents, or drive to Massachusetts and visit other grandparents. Those were largely our family vacations. And so I'm going to be the big 5-0, oh my gosh, next week. Rich, is it next week? I have the Star Wars birthday. Let's just put it that way. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can Google it and see what it means to have the Star Wars birthday. Well, I can tell you. It's May the 4th. Like, may the 4th be with you, right? You got it? Anyway, Rich is laughing at me. but I'm going to be the big 5-0. And so, you know, I'm finally at this point where my kids are starting to, or our kids are starting to get out of the house, and they're, you know, in college or almost in college, or for my son, he's in the military. And we have some breathing room, and we're getting to go on vacations now, which is really, really nice. So I hope that we get to continue to travel, and hopefully I will be able to bring you all along for some of it. I know I had talked about the Paris trip that we have coming up at the end of June. So I'll be happy to share information on that, or like share pictures, or I don't know, maybe I'll film while I'm there. Rich was already asking me if I'm going to do a video about our Paris trip. So might do some of that. And then perhaps we'll do the same thing with Mexico. And yeah, I've got my supportive, wonderful man over here smiling at me and nodding, but he's being camera shy today. So he cooked me a wonderful breakfast this morning. He's just so sweet. So it's really nice to have that support. And yeah, I'm going to be crafting up a storm later today, trying to get the videos done. Thank you for anybody who responded to my little survey that I put out asking what you all wanted to see. It looks like farmhouse is in the lead, with nautical taking a close second, nautical or lake. I love the lakes, but I love the nautical decor. So I don't know, maybe I'll mix it up and do some beachy stuff and some lake stuff. And then some of you said that you'd be happy with whatever I do. So I appreciate your support so much. But yeah, and for those of you who got to watch all of the Five Below craft kit trial, yeah, you know, a lot of those ended up really being a flop. I agree wholeheartedly with those of you who said that you didn't really think any of them were very good. The screen printing, I think, probably was the most successful. Actually, I probably will try that again. The screen printing, I think it was, of all of the kits, if I were to recommend any of them, it would be the screen printing one. The others, they have supplies in them that you could probably use and make some really nice things with. I'm just not sure that the way that the kits are designed for some of those, that they are going to be super successful. The resin one was one in particular. I had a few people suggest that it was a mold and that I should be popping out the resin, and I understand why you think that, but it's not the way that the kit was designed. They were considering this like a piece of artwork and whatever else, and it like becomes one with the wood. So it's like a pressed board, almost like somewhere between a cardboard and an actual wood. And when you pour that resin in there, it becomes one. It like actually even absorbed into the sides of the little cutouts. And yeah, so I think if I were to do that one again, I would paint it first to try and brighten it up, and so you can actually see the colors of the resin, because the resin itself performed as expected. That was not an issue at all. But the way that they chose to have us execute, not so great. So it is what it is. The foil one, I was really bummed because I wanted that one to work so much. I thought that was such a cool thing. And that one just, yeah, it didn't really work. The gold leaf, I'm excited to do more with the gold leaf. I obviously had not worked with it before. I didn't do any research on it either. I just took the kits, followed the instructions as they were provided. So had I done a little bit more research on the gilding, I might have gotten a little bit more success out of that particular kit. I don't really know. But I did have a couple of you who offered me some pointers and suggestions on that. So I might try that again, because I'm sure that there have got to be other things that I can do with the gold leaf. And there were several sheets of the gold leaf in there. So So no, it wasn't all a complete loss. It wasn't a complete loss. Uh, and you know what? Ultimately, for the 5 kits, it was $25. And I know $25 can go a long way for certain things. And for some people, that's a lot of money. I was willing to go ahead and give it a test for the sake of anyone who wanted to actually see what the kit was like before they invested in it. So I was more than happy to do that. So thank you for your support and for watching. And yeah, now back to the regular crafting. And so I will have some farmhouse things coming up. I'm looking at my little list here that I was writing out last night. I am determined to fix my sewing machine. So I do plan, assuming I can get it fixed, I might be calling my friend Annie from Indie Annie Jones, because her brother repairs sewing machines. That's what he does, and or at least as a hobby. I don't know if he does that as a full-time job, but he apparently has an amazing sewing machine collection, like antique sewing machines, all different kinds of sewing machines, and he repairs them. So I might be calling her for some advice if I can't figure out how to fix the tension situation that's going on with my sewing machine. It just, when everything happened with COVID, I started making all kinds of masks. And we donated, actually, Rich and I and his kids and my kids, we were all like making masks. And we made, I think it was like 200 of them for his company, because he works for a manufacturing company that produces air filters. I'm not sure, is that where you were, Rich? I can't remember. But I think that's where we were, but they had to, keep producing. And so they were considered essential. And so we went ahead and made all these masks and donated the masks. And then we also donated a whole bunch of masks to a local hospital. But at any rate, all of that mask making, something happened in the process with my sewing machine, and the tension in the bobbin, it was like, how do you say it? Like a whole bunch of thread was like piling up on the underside of the fabric. And then it was also getting jammed up in the bobbin compartment. If you don't sew, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. If you do sew, I'm sure that you're like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I am convinced it has something to do with the tension. I just haven't figured out what yet. So I will get it sorted. But at any rate, I am determined to do some sewing projects, and they'll be basic sewing projects. So if you are a novice sewer, listen, I am not a seamstress by any stretch of the imagination. I can make basic things with the sewing machine. So it'll be simple, but hopefully really nice, fun projects. And then I've got a whole list of my nautical stuff. I am supposed to be doing a collab with my friend Annie from Indie Annie Jones. We had talked about doing nautical. I think we had been planning on May 13th. I need to reconnect with her and make sure that we are still planning on doing that, because as I said, I've been a little bit crazed. So I just want to make sure that that I can follow through on that with her as well, and because I don't want to disappoint anyone. But that's what I've got going on here. I would love to hear what you have going on, and I would love to know how you all are doing. And so I hope you'll leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on in your world. I am super excited that the weather is starting to get nicer. It's going to be something like 66 degrees today. I don't know. Hey, baby, are we past the frost warnings and things now? Are we going to start planting our garden soon? Garden soon. So we might put some videos out about the garden and everything we're doing. I actually saw a really cool thing on TikTok this morning about a natural pesticide. And this woman, I'll have to try and figure out who she was. I've got to go back and look at it again. I get sucked into TikTok now that I've discovered it, and I watched all these fun things. But she basically, it was her grandfather's recipe, and she boils, she peels and then sections oranges, and then she boils them for about 20 to 30 minutes all of it, the peel, the orange, everything. And then she uses a potato masher to like smash it all up. And then she strains it and it creates a concentrate to which she adds a whole bunch of water, and then she puts that over her plants, and it apparently keeps the slugs away, it keeps the aphids, I think she said, away. She said it deters ants even, like, so there are a whole bunch of pests that it keeps away. And then she uses the pulp and stuff that's left over and puts those down around her green beans. But she says that she uses this on all of her herbs. She uses it on her tomato plants, like all these. So I think we're going to be trying that, and we can let you know how that works. Again, I have to try and figure out who that was on TikTok, because I thought that was a great idea if it works. And it's all natural, so no, chemicals on our plants. And we have a raised garden bed. The ground here is very, very rocky. So to try to dig a hole it's next to impossible. So we did decide to do raised beds. And the way that our yard is here at the back, there's, I guess it must be a lot of drainage. I don't know if it was originally a stream of some sort, but it gets very marshy. It's like there's like a dip at the back of the yard, and so it gets, and sorry, we're just doing dishes and things, so I apologize for the background noise, but it gets very, very wet back there. So that's where we put our raised beds. I figure might as well do that, and then maybe it'll also help to keep the roots moist if it kind of sucks upwards. I don't know. It's in my own head. I don't know if that's a thing or if it actually does that, but so our beds are about 2 feet tall. I think it's about 2 feet. So we started out with cinder blocks, and then we added in the cinder block. So we did, they're about 4 feet by 8 feet. And I think we've got 5 or 6 beds out there. I'm trying to see through my window here. Six beds. They're all 4 by 8, and my nose is running. I'm sorry, excuse me. And so we started with cinder blocks at the base because I didn't want the wood sitting directly on the ground in the muck and the mud, because I figured it would rot really quickly. So cinder blocks, we put down stone, just like gravel kind of stone to help with drainage because it is very marshy. And then we put down all of our dirt, and I think we mixed it with peat moss. I'm fairly certain. It's been a couple of years now, so I'm trying to remember. And I forgot to say, so we've got the cinder blocks, and then we've got the wood. For some of them, I had ordered kits that were made of cedar, and so they're like 3 planks tall, and then we actually ended up building others out of 2x4s. So yeah, but so it was kind of a DIY kind of situation with the garden, and it's been working really well. So we took those the wooden pieces and we set them up on top of the cinder blocks. You'll see when I show you in a future video, but it's working out really well for us. So far, so good. And yeah, we've gotten a ton of tomatoes. Last season, we had a ton of green peppers. We've gotten some really good green beans out of it. We had kale the one year, summer squash, zucchini, cucumbers. We had a ton of cucumbers the one year. Yeah, so it's been really, really good. It's been nice. So that's what we're going to be doing in coming weeks, trying to get the garden in. I don't know how I'm going to do everything. I really don't. I'm probably going to be leaning on Rich. It's a good thing he's got broad shoulders. But yeah, so that's really pretty much what's been happening here and what our upcoming plans are. I am going to finish my coffee. I'm going to get this video posted for everybody to kind of interact with me, and then I'm going to go and craft. So I hope that you all are having a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend if it's the weekend when you're watching this. And until the next time, Be well, be kind, and make it a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Take good care. Bye.